Good day to all of you. I'm here with my group mates to share with you about the story of Federigos Falcon. The Federigos Falcon story was originally published in the Decameron in 1353. The author of the story name is Giovanni Boccaccio. Giovanni Boccaccio was born on June 16, 1313, and he died on December 21, 1375. His nationality is Italian. Giovanni Boccaccio was a writer during the 13th century. His literary works influenced another important writer. So, Giovanni Boccaccio first message throughout the story of Federigos Falcon is the idea of giving up freedom for love. This story is a tragic but love and have a moral lesson to us. So, my groupmate share or tell us about the summary of the story.
The Federigos Falcon story. Federigos Falcon main characters. First, Federico, the man who fall in love with the Mona and become poor. 2. Mona Giovanna, a beautiful woman who adored and loved by Federico because of her kindness and loyalty. 3. The Giovanna son, a child who became friends with Federico. 4. Giovanna husband who was a wealthy man and died. 5. The Falcon. Federico Falcon story. There was once in Florence a young man named Federico, the son of Mr. Filippo Alberighi, renowned above all other men in Tuscany for his prowess in arms and for courteousness. As often happened, the most gentleman he fell in love with a lady named Mona Giovanna. In her day, Mona considered to be the most beautiful and most charming that ever there was in Florence. In order to win her love, he participated in shows and tournaments, organized and gave feasts and spent his money without restraint. But she, know this virtuous that a beautiful woman cared little for this thing than on his beautiful love, and nor did Mona care for the who did him. Now as Federico was spending far beyond his means and was taking nothing in Mona because she already married to a rich guy and already have a son. Easily happened, he lost his wealth and became poor, with nothing but this little farm to his name and one falcon which was among the best in the world.
As a result of Federico's poverty, he moved from Florence to Pompeii. All he had was a few pennies to sustain his daily needs, a farm and a falcon. After Mona's husband dies, she and her child go for a seasonal vacation to a country estate near Federico's farm. Her son became friends with Federico. One day, her son feels very ill. The child tells his mom saying, "I will feel better if you can arrange to have Federico's falcon be mine." Mona could not utter a word or refusal. She gathered strength to go to Federico's abode. As she reached his humble home, Federico hastened to welcome her with a tasty meal. He had no food in stock. As he finds a way to offer a meal to Mona, he realized he can have his falcon roasted. Without having second thought, he had the falcon roasted. Mona was pleased with the tasty meal. Later, she expressed the reason for her visit. Mona asked Federico if she could have his falcon for her son, as he feels that he would get better if he could have the Federico's falcon become his. Federico was stunned and told he had the falcon roasted, and Mona had just eaten it. Mona did not believe at first until Federico showed her the feathers and dates. Mona left, and After a few days, his son died.
After her sons died, Mona's brother insists that she should marry again, but Mona nothing to do with that. She's an independent woman, she has her own money now, and she wants to take care of herself. She has no interest in being tied of another man, but her brother insists, and Mona realized that the only person she want to marry is Federigo. Mona's brother did not want her to marry Federigo. After all, he is poor now, but her determination convinces them, and she tells them, I would rather have a man who needs money than money that needs a man. After all, Federigo and Mona got married, and it is a happy ending for everybody. After the tragic life of Mona, later he found the true love, which is the love of Federigo. So the moral lesson for this story is, it is a lot to say about the essence of giving, sacrifice, suffering, destiny, redeeming, and above all is love. So this is also a lesson for the story. So number one is, one can sacrifice all he has for the one he have, just like what Federigo's did in Mona's life. He used all his money just for Mona. So kindness is paid double. And then number three is, look for ups of life, not the downs. So just like Mona's life, he didn't focus on the downs of her life, but he focuses on the positive one. And then number four is love. And from the Bible, 1 Corinthians chapter 13 verse 1 to 8. So I will read it. Love is patient. Love is kind. It does not envy. It does not boast. It does not proud. It does not dishonor others. It does not self-seeking. It is not easily angered. It keeps no record of wrongs. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices with the truth. It always protects, always trusts, always hopes, always perseveres. Love never fails. But where there are prophecies, they will cease. Where there are tongues, they will be stilled. Where there is knowledge, it will pass away. So the next is just a clip in the video for also a summary of Falcon's story.
So Federigo's Falcon is a story about a rich, good-looking, young, fun guy named Federigo di Alberigi. Federico's got a lot of things, but he also has one problem. He's madly in love with a woman named Mona Giovanna. And the problem is, Mona's not in love with him. So Federigo goes out and he starts to spend a lot of money trying to impress her, throwing parties, hosting tournaments, just trying to show off. And in the end, he spends all of his money, and he has absolutely nothing left. Not even Mona's love, because she's married to some other rich guy. She has no interest in Federigo. One of the emerging big ideas in this story revolves around love, and the love in this story leaves us open to several possible themes. Is the major theme here that love is a powerful emotion, or that love is sometimes one-sided? Or that great love can lead us to make great sacrifices? Or maybe it's just that love can make a man act like a fool. Take a moment and write this question down so you have it when we do our discussions in groups. How do you feel about both characters right now? Who do you like better, Federico or Mona? Why? Federico runs off to his farm in the country where he can hopefully live on the cheap. And the only thing he takes with him is his prized possession, his beautiful, valuable falcon. Things don't work out so well for Mona either, because her old rich husband, he dies. And he leaves all of his money to his son. So Mona takes their son and she goes to the country to mourn. And when she gets there, lo and behold, there's Federico. So her son and Federico get together and they turn into buddies. And her son really, really admires Federico's falcon. But Mona's son gets sick. And he's really not doing well. She's afraid he's going to die. So she really wants to do something to cheer him up. The kid's got all this money. He can do anything he wants. And the only thing he wants that he can't have is Federico's prized falcon. At first, Mona wants nothing to do with this. But then she realizes this might be the one thing that cheers up her son and helps him get better. She knows that Federico has always been in love with her, but she can't bring herself to go and ask him for the only thing that he has left. But it's for her son, so she does. And Federico is thrilled to have Mona come visit him. He's so excited that he decides he has to cook her a big fancy meal to honor her presence. Problem is, Federico's broke and he has nothing to feed her, at least nothing worthy of a woman of Mona's status. And then he thinks of the one thing that he does have left, the one thing with some value. You know where this is going, right? Federico kills his falcon, cooks it, and serves it to Mona. She's delighted at the meal, and when she's done, she works up the nerve to ask Federico if she can have his falcon to take back to her son. She's shocked to find out that she's just eaten Federico's falcon. More shocked is probably her son, who continues to get sicker and then dies. Another big idea in this story has just come into play. Mona went to Federico to ask him to make a big sacrifice. And Federico made a big sacrifice for Mona without her even having to ask. It didn't work out the way that either one of them planned. But is it love, true love, that made Federico make this sacrifice? Take a moment and write down this question for discussion in group. Federico's sacrifice is an example of situational irony. How is it ironic? She should get married again. But Mona wants nothing to do with it. She's an independent woman. She has her own money now, and she wants to take care of herself. She has no interest in being tied to another man. But her brothers insist. And Mona realizes that the only person she'd want to marry is Federico de Alberigi. Mona's brothers do not want her to marry Federico. After all, he's poor now. But her determination convinces them. She tells them, "I would rather have a man who needs money than money that needs a man." What do you think she means by that? And our last question to write down for discussion in groups: how have your feelings about the characters changed over the course of the story? What in the story made them change? Remember, when you answer this in groups, try and be specific. So Federico and Mona get married, and it's a happy ending for everybody. Well, everybody except Mona's first husband, because he's dead. Oh, and Mona's son, because he's also dead. Oh, yeah, and the Falcon. Things don't end too well for the Falcon, because it's also dead. And it got eaten. But, things end well for Federico and Mona, so at least there's that.